What is going on, everybody? We had a big weekend. We had San Diego Comic-Con. It was, well, after seeing all the stuff that got shown off, it was kind of a big deal. So, for the replay crew, here's the question. It's a simple one. What was your absolute favorite reveal from San Diego Comic-Con? That's it. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight is everybody's favorite stuff, what they saw from SDCC that they thought, "Ooh, I kind of need that." So that's where we're at now. For me, I was trying to figure out what my favorite stuff was. Now, mine is going to come mostly from Jada and NECA based on what was shown. I gotta give the classified team a whole lot of congrats because that Rattler is awesome. And I really dig that road pig. Mondo went crazy with their real Ghostbusters line and showing some early, I guess, really sketches, a little bit of renderings for a 112 scale Masters of the Universe 2000X line, and something that I think will make some people happy. NECA talking about the fact that they're going to do the 2012 Turtles. I thought that was all very cool. And there's a new Alf. So those last couple, that's for the people that show up from time to time. Good times. I think there was a lot of good stuff. Hello, Mr. Element. Thank you for stopping by, sir. Whew, so what was your favorite thing, Eric? I mean, I know there was a lot of Motu, and I was trying to figure all that stuff out too. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to it. I'm trying to put a video together right now so that I can get kind of, so it's an all-encompassing SDCC 1/12, 1/10 scale recap of everything without people having to go to other videos to piece together their information. I'm trying to make something so that all their information is in this one video. It's a heck of a thing. And one of the things that's making it tricky is me just not knowing exactly Masterverse, like what's been shown off, what's been revealed already, what were things that were shown off at the con that weren't shown off previously, all that stuff. Anyway, Mr. Spencer, hola, sir, how are ya? It's good to see the people. Good to have the people hanging out. See, oh man. I guess you saw a few things, Eric. A few things that got you stoked. Shockingly, my favorite was ROM Space Knight. Big fan from back in the day. Now, see, I thought it would be the 80s Alf, but a lot of people seemed really stoked about ROM. All right, pushing the buttons. So many things that were new that got me excited. I got Eric, since, I mean, we all know the real Ghostbusters line looks like it's going to be crazy pricey. What would keep you out of the Mondo 1/12 scale He-Man line, the 2000X line? Besides crazy pricey, obviously. Well, or, no, you know what? What's the price point that you're like, ooh, I don't know, that seems pretty pricey for a 1/12 scale figure? Dave, Harry, Mezco, Doc Knock, Mafex had some great releases. Yeah, I talked about that. Oh, that recap. Ooh, the Mafex stuff. I mean, the rest of the world's watching SDCC. I was going nuts with the Mafex stuff last week, just going, I need this. I need this all. This is all kosher. This is all quite good, quite delectable, much like my honey and decaf black tea. Yeah, there was just tons of stuff. But the Transformers / Knight Rider fig is a must buy too. I saw that in passing. Like, I saw it show up, but I didn't really look at it too closely. But a Transformer kit, heck yeah. See, NECA Sesame Street Ultimates, Pee Wee Herman, Mondo 6-inch Motu, all the new Motu Origins lines and figures. Wow, the Ghostbusters. Wish I could afford it. Man, yeah, I was trying to figure out the pricing for that. So people were talking about, like I think it was a Toy Shiz video talking about the real Ghostbusters, where he was kind of saying that he's talked to Hasbro a lot about it in the past and they never did it. Like they would say, oh yeah, cool idea. We've all talked about it. We all love it, but they never did it. And so what I'm wondering when it comes to this is, did their research show them that it wouldn't do that well? And does Mondo have similar research, which is why they have to price it so high, is because they know that this isn't going to be a line that's going to go crazy. So they have to charge X amount to justify the run. So I'm not sure. I think they look great, but real Ghostbusters has never been something that, I mean, I saw the cartoon and I thought it was fine. I thought it was fun, but it's never been anything that I really wanted to go crazy about. Now, as for the Sesame Street stuff, I am so stoked. Like, so many people were so excited to see Bert and Ernie and the Count. And I gotta admit, while I'm much more a Muppets guy than a Sesame Street guy, there are 3 Sesame Street characters that I think are pretty cool. And one of them is the Count. The other 2 being, of course, Cookie Monster and Oscar the Grouch. So yeah, I think the fact that NECA is tackling that's going to make a lot of people happy. So I'm cool with that. Let's see, Pee-wee looked really good too. One thing that I noticed with a lot of the NECA Ultimates, they weren't showing the additional hands. That was, of course, driving this particular toy photog a little nuts. But yeah, let's see, Motu Origins. I saw some of those. Let's see. Now, you know what? I did see him, but it was kind of like the Knight Rider. It was kind of in passing just because I don't usually talk too much about Origins or, like, yeah, I guess the Motu at that scale. But then, let's see, the Ghostbusters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's gonna be interesting. One thing that I'm a little concerned about for all the people that are real Ghostbusters fans is, if this doesn't do well, even though we know it might not do as well as it could just because of the high price point, if it doesn't do well and they end up having to stop doing it, will that mean that people in the future will just decide it's a bad license? Or will they actually look at it and say, you know, that was a lot of money, maybe it's not a bad license? I don't know. So there's a lot to consider with that. Again, they look phenomenal. Regarding 1/12 Mondo Motu, I saw the figures will be less expensive than the real Ghostbusters, so if it can be around 70, maybe I'll grab one to try it out. You know, I'm not the guy. Mom and I were actually talking about this. She said, I don't understand why you don't have this huge fondness for Masters of the Universe. You had tons of them as a kid. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But part of it, I think maybe at this point, has been that they've always been Origin scale or Masterverse scale. So they're always playing with the 5-inch to the 7-inch, never more the scale I collect. I'll be interested in these 1/12 scale Mondos, just seeing what the price is going to be, because actually I really like the designs of the 2000X cartoon too. So I'll be keeping my eye on them as well. Might be fun, at least to get He-Man and Skeletor. See, I bet the research proved a small ROI. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think that's the only reason I can come up with that they would be that pricey. But I could be way off. I don't know. There might be something that I just have zero clue about when it comes to the toy business specifically. Tony the Tiger is cool too. Man, I saw that Tony and I about lost it. I was actually one of probably 10 people in the world hoping that one of the new figures they brought out to the booth was another corporate mascot, because Tony looks perfect just like Chester. Oh, I can't wait till they do way more of those. Oh yeah, the Tony the Tiger is looking great. He is. I like the clear, the translucent I guess it's clear, it's transparent. No, we'll still give it translucent because it looks a little foggy. That's right, I'm going with words, I guess. Anyway, I like the translucent effects that look like the ball spinning around. I think that's really cool. The thing I like about the Mondo 1/12 Mode 2 is they are including various heads and weapons to create a G1 He-Man. Ah, see, I think I only saw, what did I see? I saw the picture that you guys have, or that was on the thumbnail for this, and it looked like it gave just 3 different views of that particular 2000X He-Man. So I'll have to look back and see what else I can find. Like I said, I want to make a video that is pretty much all the things so people don't have to jump all over the place. I want them to all get their information from the one video, and clearly I'm probably going to miss things, but I want to come as close as I can. So let's check out here. I'm looking on ToyArk right now because I've been gathering a lot of the images, but I haven't been able to, I haven't been able to label them with all the let's see, basically I haven't been able to say this image is by this person and that stuff. So that's getting a little trickier. I haven't found all the images I needed to yet. So I'm going down to, why don't we go to, let's see. Oh, what did everybody think about the fact that Jada is going to have Scooby-Doo? Like, is that something that people are really crazy about? And of course, there was also this reveal in case anybody missed it. Scrutinize the slide of the Mondo He-Man. It has different heads and power swords. Ooh. Ooh. I will definitely check that out, sir. Thank you. See, Jada Toys killed it. Scooby-Doo, Mega Man, Street Fighter, Tony the Tiger. I know. And I don't know anything about Cyberpunk, but just looking at those figures, there's the figures that those are, let's see, the anime that those are based on is on Netflix right now. So I'm kind of thinking I might want to check that out because those figures look that good. But yeah, I mean, Jada destroyed it. Jada does good work all the time. They are a company genuinely that I would love to just buy all the things. I just think they do that good a job. All right. So we have Akuma here, which we didn't get a great look at, but it's fine. It'll work. They seem to, I believe they pretty much completed Street Fighter 2 now, which is pretty awesome. And then they showed off T-Hawk here, who looks good. He looks huge. Balrog. There's got to be a better picture of Balrog. Hang on. But we also got E-Honda. Like, they pretty much, I think they've nailed all these looks. Of course, the one I'm most excited about is Blanca. But this Zangief is great too. Let's see if I can go a little, there we go. They crushed it. They crushed it with Street Fighter. Man, Scooby-Doo line was a pleasant surprise. However, I will probably have to drop a line to pick that one up going forward. So here's a question then. Which line would you drop? Because I keep thinking I need to be a lot more focused. And I'm already pretty focused, but so many companies are coming out with so much good that it gets difficult. Let's see. The new Marvel Legends brown suit Wolverine looked good. Yep. And that's my favorite look for Wolverine, too. I did see that show up. We'll go check that here shortly. I'm trying to find everything. I think we saw pretty much, here we go. Let's click on this. Here's the cyberpunk stuff. I do dig the cloth goods, and I saw an interview with June where he said, was it June? Yeah, I think it was June, where he said that the cloth goods won't impact the articulation on these at all, which I thought was super cool. I did look up the names for these guys. I totally forgot them, but I know that one's David because, you know, obvious reasons. And here we go. I am surprised, by the way, that they didn't bust out a Scooby. I was sure we would see Scooby-Doo before the end of the weekend. But man, I'll tell you, I don't have a lot of interest in a Scooby-Doo line, but I didn't have much interest in a Street Fighter 2 line either. And they're killing it. Like Jada, I want Jada stuff because I guess of the craftsmanship when it comes to action figures. Like their stuff is just that good. So there's that, I think. And I think it's going back. I would love to just set up a shelf that is Jada when they were first trying this stuff out, like with the cereal monsters and with the Universal monsters and all that. And then just get like kind of a progression throughout the years of how they improved, because their improvements are massive. And I love like the way they do things. This Frankenstein dude, I actually recognized him from the cartoon, from the opening or something. And the mummy looks good, but the way they're doing them, they're all unique. I mean, I'm sure they'll find a way to do some repaints, but these aren't going to be as easy to figure that out as Street Fighter characters with player 1 and 2 versions and all that. But all of this is great. Yeah, this stuff's really good. Ooh. See, I don't know. I have no idea what to cut. I know. I keep looking. Like they were talking a lot about the stump turtles from NECA, which I also think are really cool. But I've made the decision that I want to focus on Mirage. And that's going to be difficult when I see those stump turtles pop up wherever they're going to pop up, because those look awesome. All right. So we've chatted these. We got through all that. They didn't have Tony the Tiger in this Jada group. No. All right. We have up top. That's one of the problems here with the way that Toy Art does this. I would probably use a different site, except the Whoosh and TNI are both, they load really slowly because of the ads, I think. So Toy Arc is the best loading. It's just there's so much stuff here. I don't even know. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the new Wolverine coming up. Brown suit. Look at that. I didn't notice the face so much. Yeah, he does look good. I'll give it to him on that. Man, he's even got the stubble going. Yeah, Logan looks pretty good. What were your general thoughts when it came to, and I know I asked this on the live stream, but what were your general thoughts when it came to these Sentinels? Was anybody really excited to see these? Mr. Element. I think I'm done with NECA TMNT in total. Not even really tempted to get Mastered Tatsu from the 90s film line. Ooh, I'm seeing people really stoked about that, but those are people that are going to collect that stuff. And I'm not the movie guy. So I thought it was cool that they came out with them for the people that are. I mean, that's incredible. But yeah, I'm not that stoked. I'm not that fired up about Tatsu, to be honest. Again, that's just because I don't collect the line. Anybody that does, Man, you got to be insanely stoked for that. Sentinels, meh. That was kind of, they just look weird in this line, I think. I was excited by the concept of arcade Sentinels, but didn't try to order yet. Got it. Are they? They might be a Pulse. I'm not sure. I got to find things out. All right, so we've chatted Sentinels. We chatted Brown Suit Wolverine. Do they have any Dragon Man? What do you guys think about the fact that Hasbro, or that, I'm sorry, Marvel Legends isn't doing a HasLab this year? Like, I was thinking about it, and I wasn't sure Giant Man would fund, but then it took off and went nuts. But now every idea that people think of, it seems like less and less of a sure bet. So honestly, I think it's pretty smart of the Legends team to not do a HasLab, but that's just me. Let me know what you're thinking. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I wanted to stop here because this Kickstarter spawn, this medieval spawn. Oh no, not that one. Where's medieval spawn? Hang on. There we go. This thing looks absolutely ridiculous. Look at that thing. And I'm trying to figure out, he's got so much detail on him that I'm trying to figure out the articulation. Like here we are, that's a good look at his torso, but even there, it's hard to tell. Like maybe this is a diaphragm cut up here. And maybe that's, I mean, I think that's what we've got. I think we've got a ball peg waist, just because that's how a lot of McFarlane stuff is. And hopefully maybe we have a diaphragm cut. I don't know though. But I have to say, this isn't something that I'll go for, but it's not because it's not greatly detailed. It's because, like we were talking about earlier, there's so much stuff that just pulls me away from getting this, even though I really dig the look of it. And check these. I haven't done a close-up shot of the head sculpts and all that stuff yet. That's ridiculous. Oh, we have like a night spawn. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of just cycling through these because I haven't paid that much attention to the loadout just yet. I knew it came with a lot of stuff, but I haven't I haven't looked for myself. A lot of armor, a lot of weapons, big shield. Oh, that's a wicked axe. Yeah, I'm just saying, man, I think they nailed it on this. I mean, just as far as the look of it. But that's just me. What's the world thinking? I've gone 5 years without a Tatsu, and other things have come along to gather my attention. I totally understand that. That's one of my, as much as I love the art of action figures that Jada puts together, it feels like things come out so slowly that you kind of lose enthusiasm for the line. And I still want them. I mean, they look incredible. They're going to look incredible together, but they take a back seat to other stuff for that reason. I'm not too charged, let's see, with a head sculpt on the brown suit Wolverine. I'm going with you're not too sure with the head sculpt, or not too fussed, maybe. I don't know. I'm making things up as I go along, Harry. He does have kind of a, it was kind of a rounded, pointy thing going on, wasn't it? But now let's just knock out some of this stuff just because we can. Just as I'm going down all this, there's a lot of Beetlejuice, but I don't really talk about this stuff just because it's not Ultimates. I will see, here are the stump turtles I was talking about. Like I said, my deal is Mirage for sure. But oh, these are tempting. These are tempting, along with Leatherhead, along with Crying Hound, who it was announced Crying Hound is also going to come out with a different uniform, maybe a different paint scheme on this thing. I don't remember the comic enough to tell you what it was. And they're also going to be making an ace duck. So that's good stuff. I do dig the look of Belly Bomb. Like, that's just ridiculous, good toy fun there. I'd like to see a package shot because he also comes with Krang. No, well, that's no good. Not going to find a package shot in this one, am I? Obviously, we're going through just for you, Eric. Here we go. Man, I have to say, I really love the imagination that they use on these Masters of the Universe turtles. Like, these things are awesome. I just, it's one of those lines I was stoked about that I was going to get into, and I just didn't. I think it was from seeing the mouse jaw a few too many times. But this thing's ridiculous. Wow. Woo. So much crazy. Spawn crowdfund looks neat, but I wasn't connected with the character that long to really get into it. Yep, same here. Like, I don't know, I know enough about Spawn that, like, when it showed up in the animated series, I knew what was going on and all that stuff. I did collect a lot of the McFarlane Spawn stuff just because it really did kind of kick off the action figure collector boom, and I thought they were really cool, but they didn't really make me dive into reading more Spawn comics. So we've got here this guy. What was this? Was this Rattler? And Shredder as a snake? That is so cool. That's just a fun toy. What was Clamp Champ, right? Oh, what's he got going? All right, that looks like a cross between like Serpent stuff, Turtle stuff, Motu stuff. That thing's a crazy amalgamation. Mechanic. Also, they did announce that they're going to do Motu and Thundercats, but I didn't hear if that's going to replace this line or if they'll have the two lines working together. I love this idea. Like, you could load up on this, you'd end up with one of the coolest Origins figures ever, I think, and you'd end up with an army of foot soldiers. Donnie, Spinning Blade, Leo, those are like the hooks when you've been on stage too long and the crowd starts booing you. Mikey with things. Like, those are just weird looking badminton deals, I think. And I don't know who that is. I just know it looks cool. I love the wings, especially considering these are 5.5-inch figures. Okay. Now we're getting into Masterverse, and I think that's Roboto. Whew. Pushing the buttons. Yep, Mattel Motu went crazy in a crossover with Thundercats. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be cool. I was never the Thundercats guy, but a lot of people seem to dig them. And I mean, I watched it again. It just, like, for whatever reason, the cartoons that stuck with me are G.I. Joe and Transformers. Like, Hasbro knew what was up when it came to marketing to kids, I guess, better than maybe other companies. I'm not sure. I had a few Spawn toys too, kind of revolutionary for the time, but I was doing grown-up things, not reading comics or buying toys. I was working and chasing the ladies. I have no problem with that. This is what we call kind of growing up, but then realizing, now we need the toys too. See, the dragon is Ninjor. Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, it looked cool. See, that Masterverse new attorney, Evil Lynn, looks good. I saw her. We'll go, hopefully she's in this group of shots. Because I do think the Masterverse stuff just looks incredible. The only thing, let's see, from Jose Avania, what do you think of Inart's Batman Arkham Origins? You know what? I saved the pic of their Selena Kyle of the I'm sorry, of the Catwoman, but I didn't look so much at the Arkham Origins. So you're talking like they had a Batman with a lot of translucent green going on. I think some red. Personally, I thought they looked incredible. I just haven't gone back that far to grab the images. But at the time, I basically just stared at those pictures. But then I read that they're really hard to get in the US, so I don't know. I don't know about those so much. But I need to learn more for sure. I think they look incredible. See, those inarts look so good. Oh yeah. That's the thing, man. There's so much good stuff. Domo arigato. Ah, Fisto. I had Fisto when I was a kid, kids, but I didn't have this Fisto. I like what they're doing with the Masterverse line. I really do. And I would say that I'd be tempted when it comes to like if they had ball peg waists. There are legit a few figures I would have gotten if they had ball peg waists. Like Snout Spout, I thought was incredible. Whiplash, I thought looked great. I've always had a soft spot for whatever reason for Clawful. So we'll see. That's one thing that's kind of scary about Mondo having the Masters of the Universe license. I'm a little worried about how deep that line can go. Skelecon, was it? I can't remember the name of this thing, but I know it has a working jaw, like a hinged jaw, and all kinds of good stuff. I knew this ahead of time. I didn't have to click the picture to know that. Yay me. All right. Now, okay, when I got Evil Lyn, here's a question for all the hardcore Motu people out there. When I got Evil Lyn as a kid, she was yellow. So as the years have gone by, it seems they're removing a lot of the jaundice look and giving her more a basic Caucasian look. Is there a reason? Like, has anybody given that rationale yet? Because I'm just curious. I thought the yellow made her really interesting. And this almost makes her look really real. So I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know if you've heard anything about why they've decided to go a lot more like this. Beastman, great googly moogly. Okay, I have a soft spot in my heart for Beastman too. And the reason is when my sister was born, this is the toy the parents got me. Like the original Beastman was the toy the parents got me to make sure that I knew they wouldn't forget about me as well. So there's always been something about Beastman. And what's awesome is everybody makes such cool Beastman figures. So yeah, I think they had a great showing. I think Mattel's Motu stuff looks incredible. Jose, how much do you think the dragon going to cost? The dragon. Are you talking about on Motu here? Because they talked about Tiamat with Super 7, but we haven't gotten there. See, we need Mafex He-Man. If Mafex got, let's see, basically if Mafex got all the licenses, my entire collection would be Mafex and probably Action Force. Done. That would be so much easier, but it would be so pricey. The Dragon Ninja, they've been about 20 to 22 bucks, but that's a big figure, so it might be a deluxe, 25 to 30 maybe. Awesome, Eric. Thanks for answering. I just don't know my origin so much. See, Mattel WWE looks great too. We'll head over there. That's something where you guys will have to steer me through it because I don't know much when it comes to any kind of wrestling, honestly. Dragon Man. Oh, Dragon Man. Ooh. Whoa. I just accidentally knocked down my chair. That was fun. Um, Man, how much do I think? Okay, anybody, fire off guesses for Dragon Man. How much do you think Dragon Man is going to cost? Because he's huge. He looks really cool. I heard somebody say 100 to 120. And I don't know. It could be that high. Yeah, because they're, what was it? What was the figure, the big green Captain America looking guy? Oh man, I should totally remember the name of that thing. Anyway, that thing was 75 bucks, and I don't think it was as intricate. It wasn't as detailed as Dragon Man. We could be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 to $125, I think, for Dragon Man. See, oh. $125 to $150. Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know that Hasbro can. I mean, it is a Pulse exclusive, so they could charge a little more. But would people buy it for 150? I know he goes big on the secondary, but oh, I don't know. Super Adaptoid. Thank you, Eric. Good Lord. My brain just totally died. Thank you, Jose. Clearly, I need to drink more tea. Tea helps the brain, right? I don't know that that's true at all. I'm making things up as I go along. We need an update MCU Hulk. Ooh, I want somebody to make a Hulk with a butterfly joint so he can do the thunderclap. Just but an updated MCU Hulk, if people need them, hopefully Hasbro will listen and end up making them. It's all new and has unique accessories, so at least 100 wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I'm thinking 1 to 125, but who knows? Inarts can do a Hulk. Ooh, I wonder about them. I wonder, Moto King has been coming on with some of their stuff. I wonder if they could get the Marvel license too. Because if Inarts are difficult to get in the States, I just wonder. I need to look at, it was just one quick comment I saw, so I need to do a lot more research on Inarts. All right. Just looking, let's see, we talked Jada. I brought up NECA TMNT, which once I find that, we're totally going there, by the way. Let's see. Oh, la 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 la. I'm just going to sit here and go through all the things, and I'm just going to look at the menu. Oh boy. I'm sure I can find something here soon. Panel images, blah, 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 panel. Oh, let's see. Mattel WWE figures. Here we go, Mr. Elliman. All right. If you guys know about your wrestling, you're going to have to help me out here because I know absolutely nothing. But hey, if you want to see them, I'm here to make sure you can see them. Okay, we have John Goodman. That's probably not at all accurate. But we'll see what the people say. Let's see. But Mondo is 1/6 scale. Inarts is doing 1/12. Mondo is also doing 1/12 now. Mondo is doing a real Ghostbusters line in 1/12, and they're doing a He-Man 2000X line in 1/12. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. Flame Toys, Transformers, and what? Wait a sec. Hold on. Oh my gosh, did I totally make the comment disappear? Hang on. I'm coming back. Flame Toys, Transformers, and Megazord. Is that the Megazord is the one that's kind of the black and gold repaint, right? I love the look of Flame Toys stuff. It's awesome. Oh yeah, Stone Road Bruce Lee looked great, or looked good. Yep, yep. I did find him. He's in my notes. I somehow don't have in-arts in my notes yet. Got to work on that. See, Yamaguchi is doing Street Fighter. What did I think I saw something. They're doing a Ryu, right? I mean, that kind of seems like an unfair guess. Everybody starts with Ryu, but I do think I saw that. The new WWE Coliseum collection looks good. That's Big Boss Man. Okay. That's cool. That rhymes with John Goodman. Not at all. See, yes, both. Awesome. So that's what you're looking forward to, are the Flame Toys things? Because I have no problem with those. Those things are ridiculously cool. All right, we have more Big Boss Man. Woo! I'm assuming those are Big Boss Man accessories. I do like what Mattel does in that realm. They've always given a lot of accessories. Like I've said multiple times, that if these things had more ball peg waists, I'd probably pick some up just to be like tough guys whenever somebody's like tough guys for a super villain or something, like their gang. I know nothing here. Okay, I'm going to go through a few picks. I do know, let's see, that's Jake the Snake. At least that's an educated guess. There's Dude in Red and Gray. That's a terrible combination in these parts. Flame Toys is doing, ooh, a Thunder Zord. That's the high end. Which one's the Thunder Zord? I think is the Thunder Zord the one that actually looks like a dinosaur? The one, I think it's black and green. Power Rangers is another something that I need to check out more of. Oh, me being a bad nerd is never good quality stuff. Storm Collectibles had anything to show. I didn't see anything from Storm, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there. Like I said, I'm trying to gather stuff, but I know nothing. See, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ooh, all right, got it. Okay, we're gonna keep going here. Yeah, we're just going to stay here because I feel like my educated guess was brilliant. And I don't get much brilliant when it comes to WWE or F or whatever letters they're going by this week. LWO, I've heard of NWO. The Who's It World Order? Yeah, there's that. Yes. Wait a sec, folks. Wait a sec. I didn't know this was a thing. My figures might need one of these. Who would drive this? All right, all right. Take your minds out of the wrestling world for now. Think back on all the other action figure lines you collect, or any character in pop culture, really. What figure would drive this vehicle? That's what I need to know, because I might have that figure. Let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. Comments are jumping around on me, folks. Not cool, not cool. Let's see, Samaruya? So many names. Let's see. They look like a samurai, huh? 3-0 needs a Hulk. I'm still going for Mafex needs a Hulk. They did Bane and they crushed it on Bane, and they're doing a Doomsday, and I need to see. Eddie Guerrero Jr. Awesome sauce, Eric. Thank you. Let's see. 3-0 needs a Hulk. Let's see. To pair it with their Hulkbuster. You know, that's probably true. They probably should do that. But if somebody else came up with a Hulk to pair with the Hulkbuster, I'd be good. Let's see. You don't have to stay with WWE, Dave. Hey, man, you're making suggestions. I got to do what you guys are after. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, Punisher. And oh, man, I had the guy's name. I didn't recognize that guy from any of the comics I read when I was younger. What was his name? Bushwhacker. That's right. That's right. Let's see. Fantastic car. Oh, great. Googly moogly. Hang on. Hang on. I'm jumping all over the place. Ghost have Cadillac and Dinosaur would use that vehicle. I don't have Cadillac and Dinosaur. Oh, no. Maybe Usagi. Usagi Yojimbo would use that. No, that's probably not at all true. Let's see, Spanish Avengers. Is that a thing? Eric, Pee Wee Herman. Oh, you know what? That might be the upgrade from the moped. Fantastic car. Thelma and Louise would use that car. Oh dear. See, for Mafex, Hulk has to be big. That's true, but I think they could do it. I think I have confidence in Mafex at this point because of Bane. But we'll see. Terminator Genesis figures would use that car. See, we need a Colossus for Mafex. Colossus is on a leaked list. We didn't see any prototypes, but hopefully that leaked list proves to be true. Cadillac and Dinosaurs was a cartoon. I had heard of Cadillac and Dinosaurs, but I couldn't remember why. Thank you, sir. All right, but I guess if I can get out of WWE, I will, just because I'm going to sit there and just make jokes about it all the way through. Let's see. NECA announces Beetlejuice collectibles, which we all know. I can't wait for, you know, some kind of ultimate Beetlejuice figures. Let's see. Oh, what did everybody think? All right, Eric, you and anybody else that's watching that is into He-Man, what did everybody think of this snake lair? And holy crap, I've never seen this image of it. I had no idea it was that huge. Look at the figures on the bottom of this picture. Like, that thing's enormous. That's going to be, what do we got? That's going to be over 2 feet tall. Wow. Okay, let's take a look here a little more. Wow. You know what's frightening? I don't know that they've announced a price yet, but standing it next to Preternia there, I don't know. I wonder if they're trying to set you up and are saying, remember how expensive Preternia was? Well, this is only X amount. So they want to remind you about the price of Preternia so that when they drop what seems like a high price here, it won't sting so much maybe. I'm wondering what this is going to cost. Like, that's a lot of detail on this thing. I'll bet we're looking at 200. Place your bets now. Now, if they can keep it cheaper, that would be awesome. But again, look at just how massive this thing is. Like, the guys at the bottom of that picture probably give the best look to how huge this thing is. That's insane. And it's really cool. Wow. My gosh. Now I got to push buttons and see what the people are saying. Elvis Presley would use that. Oh, You know, it needs more pink, I think. Wasn't he, is he the one that drove the pink Cadillac? I can't remember. But yes, I believe Elvis Presley would use that car. Uh-huh. Holy crap, that snake layer looks great. Yeah, yeah. This is the problem. Like, I see stuff like this and I'm going, man, it would be cool to have that for other reasons. Like, I heard somebody bring up it would be cool to have it for your Cobra figures from Classified. I'm like, oh, that's true as well. And it folds up to be quite small. Ah, see, I didn't know that. I've only seen it opened up like this. But I hadn't seen how huge it was. That's insane. In fact, we got a few comments here before I totally get into that. Let's just do this. Just so while I'm checking out the comments, we can have a huge picture of the snake lair. See, egad. Guys, if you saw the mess I'm dealing with just trying to push buttons, you'd laugh at me. I had no idea who said that. That's what she said. I knew as soon as I said it. This is why I drink tea. See, it has a removable vehicle built into the structure. Oh, man. All right, all right. Forget 200. I'm going 500 on this thing. Removable vehicle, that way ups the price. Okay, not quite 500. Oh, it's awesome though. Let's see. We need an immortal Hulk. That would be cool. I wonder I want to know who's going to start really making this stuff and just bring it, like, take it to the next level. Like, Mafex, I feel like, is pretty much at that level now. So what's going to be the next step from Mafex? Ooh, these are things I think about because, Toy Nerd, I'm sure you've all thought about the same kind of things as well. I'm expecting crown funds to be expensive and large. Is that what this is? Because I knew they had voted on it, so I figured they'd vote on it and then just release it to the public. I think more than 200, Dave. Well, once you said vehicle, 225, 250, 300. I mean, truly, there's a reason that it's in that picture with Preternia. They're going to show that so they can say, remember how crazy pricey this was? Well, that's not this. It has an Iron Maiden. I did see that. Excellent. Execute them. Bogus. That's always what I think of when it comes to the Iron Maiden. As big as Galactus. I don't know that it's that big. Let's see. Galactus is what, 32 inches? Never mind. I don't know. I don't know that it's quite that tall, but it's pretty tall. That's a large playset. Now I'm trying to censor, not really censor, but trying to avoid that that's what she says. Because I'm sure I say all kinds of stupid stuff that gets hit with that, or that should get hit with that. McFarlane has my crowdfunder money. That Kickstarter Medieval Spawn was sick. Yeah, we talked about him earlier. He looks awesome. That's a gorgeous figure. Presley did drive a pink Cadillac, but that's what customizing is for. This is true. You got me. Just trying to remember all my old school music pop culture. Elvis is pretty pop culture, I'd say. The vehicle is in an old concept from the original Moto magazine. Huh. So they really dug deep to figure this thing out. Yeah, that's cool. See, I was thinking 200 if it was going to a store, but now I'm kind of like, maybe it's if this is a crowd fund, we're probably looking more at 300. I mean, if we go with the rationale that a lot of people are throwing down, like it's a whole new mold, there's a lot of paint, like what is it, deco hits on this. It's huge. Oh, shoot, I just left myself with a, that's what she said. It has a lot of pegs to place figures, and it looks like a skeleton Lady Slither is on the table. Wow. I haven't looked at it this closely. It's incredible. Maestro Union to do a Hulk would be cool. Though I had their Crocker, and it felt really like everything was just too tight on it, I thought. But everybody says that they really fixed that too. So yeah, Maestro Union doing a Hulk. And I know I'm basically just throwing that out there since you were bringing up the Hulk, but yeah, that'd work. I just saw Deadpool 3. I'm ready to make my wallet to never recover. Deadpool 3 was a blast. Like, it was just fun. That was a straight up fun movie. I wanted it to do things it didn't as far as the larger MCU is concerned. But that's just, I have this thought, and I was talking about this the other day, where I think people just want to go to the movies and have a blast these days. And that's what Deadpool and Wolverine was. And that's showing in the box office. That thing was ridiculous. When he did, you know what? I'm going to go spoiler free tonight because I'm going to assume that some people still haven't seen it. But I had a blast. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was fun. It was just a good time. And I think sometimes movies miss just good times. Can do the Hulk. Maestro Union. All right, all right. I was on it. I knew where it was going. I'm kind of proud of myself right now. Eric, it was a vote for the next crowdfund. Okay, I knew it was a vote. I didn't know it was a vote for the next crowdfund. I probably did at the time, and it just slipped my brain. But yeah, at this point, I think you're right. It's definitely over 200. I'm going 3. I'm going 300 on this thing. Real chain link drawbridge. Jeez, I didn't know it had that. I knew about the Iron Maiden. Maestro Union can do the Hulk. They did Veteran William. Yep. Yeah, I think they'd make a really good Hulk. Who's the company? Which one was it? Memory Toys that did the big, like the red demon looking dude. Like I see that, or I see things like the orcs, and I'm thinking, okay, now we've got something that could be. I mean, you could really get an orc and just replace a head with a Hulk head. I gotta head out, folks. Thanks for the fun discussion. Anytime, Eric. Thanks for stopping by, man. It's always appreciated. Glad you enjoyed. Jose, we need a Maestro Hulk from the 90s. So as a Hulk 2099, a smart Hulk, Maestro Hulk would be cool. I don't remember Hulk 2099 so well. It was a fun movie, but why they bring back Downey Jr.'s Doom? Jose, I don't know. And I'm wondering if that's actually what's going on. Are they trying to pull some kind of sneaky thing, some kind of bait and switch? Because, like, I've seen people say, you know, we've had other characters, like other main, like basically using Chris Evans as an example with the Human Torch and Captain America, saying we've had other prominent actors play more than, you know, one role. Me? Oh, wait, here we go. Okay. All right, we're good now. I don't know what just happened. It was like a total connection miss. But as far as Downey's concerned, as much, like I would say, okay, as much as I love Chris Evans and think the Captain America movies plus the Avenger movies were the very best that the MCU had to offer, just about, Downey stuff, like Downey is kind of thought of as the granddad of the franchise, man, kind of, and he should be. Iron Man kicked off the whole thing. But he was such a big deal as Iron Man, to bring him back as a huge deal as Doom, that just seems like, to me, it's confusing. That's why I'm wondering if there's some kind of bait and switch going on that maybe they're not ready to announce. Maybe they just want to, like, I guess he could be another multiverse Doom. I don't know. I don't like it, because they did say he's Victor Von Doom. He's not an alternate Stark that became Doctor Doom. He's actually Victor Von Doom. So I just wonder how they're going to do it. But it does seem like an odd choice. Marvel Scream Desperation. It seems like that. I mean, they wanted to get people to talk about it, and people are doing it. I don't know. I'm hoping something different comes of the whole thing. Bringing back RDJ was to build hype, and it worked. This is true. Everybody is hyped about RDJ being in the next Avengers movie. Everybody except Jonathan Majors. Ouch. But a fair burn. I don't know. Until I know more about it, I'm not that hyped, just because I think RDJ's the man. And had he started as Doctor Doom, I'd be like, RDJ is the only Doctor Doom. He's the best, no doubt. But he started as Iron Man. And he was such a good Tony that now bringing him back as Victor, like, top tier hero in the MCU was Iron Man. Top tier villain is gonna be Doctor Doom. They better at least let him live. So I think that's where things are messed up. Like, I wouldn't mind Downey coming back as an AI version of himself, because that doesn't, I was going to say that doesn't cheapen the death of Tony Stark, but no, it doesn't cheapen the death that way, but really making him Doctor Doom doesn't either. There's so many thoughts I have. It does scream of a little bit of desperation, but you're absolutely right. It was done to generate hype. So we will see. I still think he's not going to be Doctor Doom. I think there's going to be some kind of bait and switch. I just don't know what it's going to be, because I'm not in the meetings. Hulk 2099 was Hulk meets a Xenomorph. Oh dear. I don't remember that at all. Now I need to check it out. By the way, Alien Romulus, there's a bundle that NECA put out. That thing looks awesome. But nobody cared. Evans is the Human Torch, so it was easy to play Captain America. You can't think RDJ and not think Iron Man. This is true. That's what I'm saying. I will say I enjoyed, never mind. Dang it. Guys, so many things I want to talk about with Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved it. It was so much fun. I watched a video on the matter. There is a story where Doom and Stark switch bodies. Oh, that would be weird. But if they're switching bodies, yeah, that could work. If it were an alternate universe Tony Stark and they switched bodies. We need a Marvel versus Capcom action figures. You know, I heard June get interviewed by somebody. I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't know that I'd heard of them until this video, honestly. But June was saying the reason that they make their Street Fighter figures in the same scale as Marvel Legends is so we can create our own Marvel versus Street Fighter. Or Marvel versus Capcom. So I kind of like that. I like that he was thinking along those lines. I will say I've put Ryu and Spider-Man, my Mafex Spider-Man together. They look phenomenal together. And I'd be willing to bet Ryu and my Mafex Magneto would look awesome together. So I don't think you're going to get Marvel versus Capcom as a line, but I think that between what June's doing at Jada, and what Dwight and his team are doing, what June and his team and Dwight and his team are doing with their respective lines, I think they're kind of playing off each other. So I think you're getting a Marvel versus Capcom line. It's just not necessarily called that. And it's from two different companies. All right, I have been on this thing for far too long. Let's get out of here. I'm going to scroll a little more. We'll see what else we can find. I know we talked about the Rattler quite a bit the other night, so I don't want to talk too much about that, but we know it's cool. Has everybody here backed the Rattler? I will say I have not, and I'm not sure I'm going to, which I know is messed up, but anybody else? Oh yeah, there's the stone row. Post panel. There's me just narrating as I scroll through. Yep. This is terrible. Now I'm not narrating because dead air. Yay, why not? What I'm really looking for here right now is I know that we probably chat a little bit when it comes to, see, oh wait, here we go, here we go. Let's go here. Now here's more Street Fighter, but we've seen a lot of this. However, what we also get in this is Mega Man. Now these are older images. These must have been from earlier in the con. What's missing here is a Snake Man that looked really cool. And I'm guessing Proto Man and possibly, oh no, Gemini Laser Mega Man is there. He was revealed at the con. And Proto Man would be up here next to the Mega Man without his helmet on. So it was early enough where they didn't get shots of those. But I think the Mega Man stuff looks awesome, and I'm not a Mega Man guy. I know, still bad nerd. But what we really want to see here, after, of course, taking another gander at this guy, God, I can't wait for that Blanca. What we really want to see is this guy, because he's great. That joke hasn't been done yet by me. Others in the chat did that, and it was far funnier than what I just did. I love that they're doing the mascots. Whew. Ghost Tab, Jada is doing the Capcom side. They are purposely done in scale with Legends. Yep. That's what June was saying. See, Marvel Legends is doing the Marvel part. That's, yeah, the Iron Man with a huge cannon was basically them doing that part. They saw Street Fighter was super hot with Jada, and they're like, hey, we can play this game too. Travis from A Toy Kind of Mood interviewed June. Okay, there we go. And he wasn't on camera at all. All right, got it. Appreciate it, Mr. Matson. Because that's where I was hearing a bunch of the stuff that I'm talking about that June said. I thought Storm Collectibles could do Marvel versus Capcom. Has Storm ever done any kind of Marvel anything? I'm not sure. And you guys will come back and be like, dude, you totally missed an entire line of blah, 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 and I'll totally believe you. The cable that just came up was made for Marvel versus Capcom. Yep. Absolutely. Can't believe I didn't think of that as an example. What other stuff was Marvel versus Capcom? See, imagine the MVC line with the Capcom design. Oh, Martin Vargas. That would be cool. A lot of it would be neat. There's so many licensing things. Sometimes I wish we could just get rid of all the licensing rules and just let people have a blast with what they make. Nope. Okay. Great. Googly moogly. Mr. Spencer, no Rattler. Not sure I'm gonna. Space and money need to be sorted out. Yeah, I get it, man. Like, I think the space thing, the money thing, and I think it looks incredible. Hiya Godzilla looks amazing. I don't know. I did see that. I think they just had a prototype of it, right? Or am I thinking of another show? I'm not sure. I want to see Hiya RoboCop 112 scale. Did they announce that? Or is that something people are waiting to have announced? I know they've done the Rambo. And they're doing Universal Soldier. Goes tab. Biggest announcement was Jada Akuma. Are you sure it wasn't Jada Tony the Tiger? I'm just asking. I'm just curious. But yes, we checked out the back of Akuma. It was yeah. I love that line. 3-0 is coming out with Mega Man X. I saw, is it they're doing an MDLX of them, right? Because I saw that and I thought, ooh, I should add that to the MDLX line. Proto Man was revealed at the con. Mega Man without the helmet is from Mega Man Legends RPG. Okay, cool. These are things, like I said, man, I don't know my Mega Man so well. So it's nice to have that info filled in for me because I got nothing. But I do like the figures. Akuma, yep. Let's see. Maybe we'll find, let's go see if Akuma's on this. I don't think he is. I think this was early enough in the show where he wasn't yet revealed. No, this was early enough. We saw Akuma earlier. Let's see here. I like how everybody has to break NECA down, by the way, into the various lines. Like basically all of this stuff. Also, there's TMNT. Because TMNT is about half of what they do. God, oh man, that Vincent Price is so cool. That looks better than I thought it did. So we'll go through some of this stuff because I know we were talking Sesame Street earlier. We need a Leprechaun, Lucky Charms. Oh, that would be sweet. Yamaguchi, Ninja Gaiden looks great. He does. That Hayabusa looks awesome. Nope. But they did DC. Oh, I didn't know that they did DC, Jose. Let's see. Game. Oh, okay, that's right. They did a Bane that I'm remembering now after you said that. Sorry, guys. I'm skipping through a few, so I'm trying to just read them off as I come across them. Storm Collectibles had Street Fighter for over 10 years, and they barely made any figures. This is true, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, now you're trying to do it because of... No, wait, that's SHF. People are like, oh, now you're making Street Fighter too? Jada did in 2 years what Storm Collectibles couldn't do in 10. Oh, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong. Yes, they announced it, but I have not seen a prototype of RoboCop. Yes, MDLX for the Mega Man, cool. Like Hiya is doing Contra. That's right, I did see Contra. I gotta type them up too. So far it's In Arts and Contra. I gotta figure out still. See, I announced the 112 RoboCop years ago. Oof. Mr. Element, Hiya RoboCop ships soon. Oh, some toy guy I am. I have no idea. Does the Pee Wee figure come with a theater direct? That boy ain't right. No, but I'm sure you can make your own. And then you'd have to like print up something for the theater screen, I believe. I don't know what he was watching, but I know the genre. Yes, Storm Collectibles did DC Doomsday. Okay, okay. I'm thinking Bane too, right? Yeah, Bane. There you go. And Lobo, I forgot all about Lobo. And people have talked about how cool that Lobo is. All right. So we go through here. There's the little green guy. There you go. There's your 80s Alf, which looks ridiculous. I still love the huge cell phone. That makes me happy. The skateboard makes me happy. I love how it's all worn along the edges. Game console. It's got, so okay, we've got kind of an Atari look, but a Nintendo paint scheme. Rubik's Cube, glasses, pizza, can of something. Why? Okay, okay, Alf. Why are you watching yourself on the TV? Whoop. Ah, there we go. One picture. Up. This is kind of something that a lot of people seemed excited about, was Sesame Street. So I thought, let's get to it. Zach Morris cell phone. This is also accurate. I love when you guys bring up that stuff and somehow it's a memory that gets triggered. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a thing. Diamond Select has anything new for Marvel Select. You know what? I generally skip Diamond Select. I don't know why. So I might need to look into their stuff a little bit too. Storm Collectibles also did the Tiny Head Dark Side. I don't remember their Dark Side. Oh well. All right, so we've got the count. We've got Bert. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not seeing extra hands laid out for any of these guys. All their other parts, and I have to think there are other hands. They just, maybe, honestly, you're packing up for something like this. Maybe they were a little worried they'd lose them, and they didn't want to do that because maybe they're the prototype hands they've got. Or maybe they just don't have the hands all set just yet. There's Ernie. I remember, I didn't watch a lot of Sesame Street, but I do remember this picture. So, yay me? Then we've got, I don't know if these are ultimates. Did anybody pay attention to the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, guys? I'm just curious. And I just keep zooming in, trying to find hints. But I'm not sure. And I love anytime pumpkins make it as accessories. That's always cool. Jose, let's see. Reading the Rainbow. Did I see that? Reading Rainbow. Okay, okay. It's been a while since I thought of that too. Not really. Ah, shoot. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. Let's just back out of this. I'm going to scroll around, see what I see that looks interesting. We saw all these are basically recolors of like these guys, the Dungeons and Dragons figures. Like they're showing the real deals here, but then there you go, like Steelheart or Strongheart, whatever his name is, Elkhorn, Warduke. So yeah, and then these I believe are basically reissues, but with slightly better articulation from Assassin's Creed. So we're gonna get out of here because I don't want to linger too long on some of this stuff if people aren't so sure about it. We will go into the Turtles, however, because I know I'm a fan and I know other people like checking this stuff out. Now, I didn't even know about Dimension Christmas Vacation. Or Dimension Xmas Vacation, I suppose. Did anybody, like truly, anybody here, did you know that these were even a thing? Like, I had no idea this existed, and I'm not sure I knew it existed way back when. They look good, but all their stuff that's kind of movie line-ish looks good. And I do like this. For whatever reason, I like Leo having the strands of lights around him, or the light strands. Now, this is up for sale on NECA. I think they said it's a timed pre-order, but I'm not 100%. Don't hold me to that. But it's just Shredder's chair back there. And then I think we went through a bunch of the black and white turtles already. Actually, I think we talked about almost all the stuff when it came to the turtles. This Ultimate Slash, this Ultimate Shredder. I mean, I love what they come with. They come with a ton of stuff. They're perfect. If I were into the Toon stuff, I'd be really stoked. This is the kind of thing I'm hoping happens with Mirage. Then we had Worm, we had Tattoo. Yep, that's right. I made the joke about why does it look like he partied in the Red Room? Because really, you zoom in on this Tattoo with a black spider there. That guy was in the Red Room somehow. I don't know what his position was in the Red Room, but I have a feeling all the Black Widows probably laughed at him or made him do something silly. I'm not sure. Pushing the buttons. NECA sells cloth goods. Jack Skellington on the NECA website. Okay. But cloth goods figures are generally, I mean, I know they're using more cloth in their Ultimate stuff, but aren't the cloth goods stuff, isn't that generally the 8-inch figures? Nope. Let's see. Oh dear. It's all the nope. It took me by surprise. They look like nightmare fuel. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. The Christmas turtles. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. They do have kind of that freaky freaky something going on there. Okay, let's go through. I'm gonna stick you guys with this just because I can. These turtles, even though I'm not collecting Archie, even though I guess what I should say is the Mirage figures are my main thing. Oh, these are tempting. I love the exaggerated expression on a lot of the stuff in the Archie comics. Like even Leatherhead, that looks like he should be about the simplest, most straightforward thing ever. Look at how crazy his eyebrows are, how he's got one eye just a little smaller than the other. His head looks like it's slightly off just a bit. And I don't mean off like they did it wrong. I mean just like it's not necessarily symmetrical, which adds to the cartooniness. And yeah, I'm kind of flying through. Ooh, wait, hold on. This is something that I enjoy. I enjoy this Krang. And one nice thing about the Archie comics, so if I were to start diving into all the comic lines, at least Archie and Mirage, because Mirage never had a Krang. They never had, I mean, they had the Utroms, but not Krang proper. They never had Bebop and Rocksteady. They weren't into pizza. So you start diving into the Archie comics and you mix them with the Mirage comics, and then you can have a Krang. And eventually you'll have a Bebop and Rocksteady that are probably pretty much naked, but still, like it's fun to just mix and match like that, I think. Here we go. Angry Raph. But like I've said in the past multiple times, the Mirage line is where the heart's at. And this Leatherhead looks great. Handyman Don, complete with pinless. I know, yeah, as I'm going through these, I'm realizing we did this last week. But if anybody is new, hey, if you weren't watching last week, you're seeing now. This April looks really cool. There I went and I zoomed in so many times, and then the next shot was her zoomed in. Foot Assassin looks good. These guys, Briefs and Greg, they look cool. But of course, Super Turtle, we all know that's my guy. Shredder in his proper Mirage colors, the Domoids. La 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 la. All right, let's get out of these because, like I said, we did talk about them already. And we talked about the last Ronin figures, which I do like. I really do like the looks of these. I just haven't read that comic yet. Egad, and then just for you guys, just because I'm back here, enjoy your nightmare fuel. Ah, good times. We have Jose. What you thought, Medieval Spawn? I think Medieval Spawn looks incredible. I'm not going to get him just because there's so many other things demanding my money right now. But I mean, if they could give that kind of detail to their other figures, McFarlane would be firing on all cylinders. That thing looks absolutely beautiful. I would love to have it in the collection. I'm not going to add it to the collection, but he does look cool. I am very impressed with that Medieval Spawn. Now, what all? I want to get out of here. I want to try and find some stuff that people would be pretty stoked about. We saw the Super 7 Turtles. And I'll be honest, when I saw these, I thought they didn't look as good. I thought they looked a little, I know we throw this term around, but you guys will know what I mean because we're all collectors. They look a little too plasticky, which will sound weird if you're listening and you've never heard any kind of toy live stream before in your life. You're sitting there thinking, dude, they're all plastic. But you guys, you ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. There's almost no paint. I don't know. Like, I was really excited about these at first, and now I'm looking at them and I am less excited based on these prototypes. But maybe, I don't know. Like, Kyle in a live stream said that he would go back and revisit potentially the Playmates Turtles if these did well. And if they do that, I would be much more tempted by those anyway. I wasn't into these because they were the 2003 Turtles. I love the 2003 Turtles, but like I said, cartoons, movies, they're not my thing. The comics are much more my thing. But I was really into them because of the double joints. So what did you guys think of those? I just wasn't sure when I saw them. Ghost Tab, the City of Rats design was really good. The paint job was awful. I saw the City of Rats. It's the prototype they've got up, right? I did see that. Yeah, it looked a little funky, but they did say prototype, so it should be better for production, I hope. Medieval Spawn is day one buy for me. Like I say, man, he looks incredible. Say, imagine if McFarlane takes over Marvel Legends. No. And I only say no because I really like my 1/12 scale figures. I would have so many more McFarlane figures in my collection if he didn't do 1/10 scale. If he went 1/12, I probably would still be picking some of those up. As it is, I only have one McFarlane figure in my collection, and that's because I couldn't sell it. So, like, no. And to be honest, I'm sitting here saying no. It's only about the 1/12 thing. I don't even pick up Marvel Legends, really. Like, my Marvel and my DC is Mafex. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? If McFarlane took over the Marvel Legends license, what do you think? Like, he's got the statues going. if McFarlane did DC and Legends, you'd at least have a cohesive, like both lines would work together. But I don't know. I wouldn't be that stoked about it. That'd be the worst. Echoing sentiments. See, it needs more texture, too glossy. You might be right, Jose. That might be part of it. No shading on the Super 7 2003 Turtles. Yeah, man, there's no paint except maybe in the heads. I think everything is molded in the color that it's supposed to be, or that it is. Those turtles are, man, they'd have to be cheap for me to consider. Yeah, like I said, I was excited about them. And now I look at these pictures and I'm kind of like, I don't know. I like Joe Mad's Turtles cover style. I don't think I've seen any of his stuff when it comes to the Turtles. Like, I like his style overall. Like, I always picture his version of Superman whenever I hear his name. Ghost Tab, 2003 Turtles look cheap. No shading or much painting. I'm not sure, like, you're saying that. I don't know that there's any painting except around the eyes, like, except around the face and the weapons. Marvel Legends doesn't need McFarlane. Hasbro is already doing a terrible job not painting their figures. That's true. See, he will do great for big characters like Hulk and Juggernaut. That's true, but the majority of Marvel characters aren't like those. The majority are just people. And I think McFarlane's getting better. I think their team is getting better, but they've had that DC license for 5 years, and they're still not like, I don't know. I feel like they should be a little better considering that Todd's been in the toy game since the late 90s. See, Super did a good Goldar. That's true. That's true. I remember people comparing the Hasbro Goldar to the Super 7 one, and it was night and day. But it was also more money. Super 7, I gotcha. I had it figured out. I'm getting better at reading things when they're not exactly clear, because you kind of get to a point where you're like, I think I know what you guys are talking about. Check McFarlane Marvel statues. Imagine that on action figures. That is very true. Like, but there's also, did you see their Wonder Woman statue? That thing looks amazing. And their Wonder Woman figure looks really good, but the way that its joints are done, yeah, like the knee joints in particular, it just doesn't quite capture. Like, if they were able to take that McFarlane, like the Wonder Woman statue, and somehow make that a better action figure, that would be the definitive Wonder Woman action figure. But they did come close with what they did, but yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. I'm just thinking of other things they've done that's similar. And I do think their Wonder Woman looked really good. And I think that statue looks incredible. It's just, comparing the two, it just doesn't really fly for me because the precedent's already there, you know? We need a God of War Kratos. How about a Mafex Kratos? Isn't that something that the PlayStation, what is that, Spin Master, aren't they doing Kratos? But, I mean, a Mafex, like I said, man, Mafex, I would buy all the Mafex. Like, I've told people on here many times that if I could only collect one line, it would be Mafex. And I toyed with the idea of just going out and buying all the Mafex figures. Like, I want an ultimate Mafex webpage. And I couldn't have that if I didn't have all the figures. So yeah, I keep thinking about that. That would be one of those dreams that would be a lot of fun to try and nail. But that's a ways off, I'm thinking. Doesn't mean it's impossible, though. They did it, but look small. Now, that's true. That is true. I wonder why Spin Master did what they did as far as scale there. because those look like tiny figures compared to basically anything else that's 112. All right, guys, anybody have any suggestions for something else to check out before I get out of here? I want to make sure that we're firing on all cylinders. If you want to see something, let me know. Mafex can update their Hulkbuster. That would be fun. Oh, you know what we should check out, actually? He is on the thumbnail. We should go find the Dragon Man, I think. Let's see. Come on, Marvel Legends, Dragon Man. There's Death's Head. That doesn't count. Now I'm just clicking the teeth. Oh, wait. You know what? No, never mind. I was about to click on the Mondo stuff, but it's the wrong Mondo stuff. In fact, if I see the Mondo stuff, we will click on that as well. Because I know that's just insanely good. Like, I can't argue with their quality. We know that they're going to crush it when it comes to that. Well, this is no fun. Come on now. Must find Marvel Legends. Official Hasbro images. That's no good. Panel images and info. All right, here. We're going to start here because I have to think they've got good. Oh, they've got really good panel images. Hang on. What I was hoping to see here. Here we go. Now, I know it's not the prototype, and I'm sure we can find the prototype, but Dragon Man does look good. I'll give this to him for sure. And it looks like he's turned a little here. And it doesn't look like it's necessarily making anything look flat on that twist. Now, Dragon Man's not a character I'm going to load up on or even purchase one of, but I know a lot of people are super excited about this thing. There's been a lot of book reading lately. This guy does that. Colossus does it. There you go. 10.5 inches tall. How big was Super Adaptoid? Wasn't he 12 inches? I don't remember. So maybe Dragon Man's not going to be as expensive as we were thinking, but I'm still thinking at least 100. Lockjaw was a fun reveal, but it is weird that he doesn't have more articulation considering how much the Hasbro, like the G.I. Joe classified team, puts into their stuff and what it looks like the Marvel Legends team put into Zabu. So I'm kind of surprised by that. But okay, we're out of there now. And I want to go find, because that was important. I wanted to find that for sure. Man, I'm not seeing, okay, hang on, folks. Here's what I'm going to do now. Mondo Human 2000X SDCC. Let's see if I can find an image here. In case you guys haven't seen this yet, and it sounds like I need to see more. Here we go, TNI. Hopefully TNI loads for me. It's one that loads slowly, I think because of all the ads they've got. Come on. Here oh, there's all the things. Wow. Oh, that does look really good. Yeah, I could be tempted, but we shall see. Oop, that must be the, here we go. That's the pic that I saw, that I was playing with. Like this He-Man in the middle here is what I showed all of you on the thumbnail. And I'm wondering what the articulation scheme is going to be like. I know the real Ghostbusters look like they've even got butterfly joints and they have single cuts at the elbows, but they're deep single cuts. So you should be able to get more than 90 degrees on those. But yeah, I think this He-Man looks cool. Hopefully he's not, I mean, obviously he's not going to be $202. Hopefully he's around 70, 75. I mean, hopefully he's around $5, but we all know that's not the thing. And I was just doing that without having, hang on guys. Let me, I gotta make an adjustment on the window for you. Egad, seriously, TNI is slowing down the entire computer. All right. We're going to stop the screen real quick. And then we're going to share a different window. Hey, it's me. Here we go. If it goes. Come on now, you can do it. Oh, wow. All right, guys. Here we go. Here's your Mondo He-Man. I'm the masters of the... Oh, wait, that's not how it goes with 2000X. But let me get back to that other picture. Then I'll get back to your comments here. There we go. Look at all the weapons on the side there. This is what I missed that I think Eric was telling me about earlier in the stream. Tons of stuff. Tons of very cool stuff. The one thing I don't see is like the gray strap that would go around his chest there. But other than that, because he was talking about how you can get a lot of different looks with this He-Man, and it looks like you can. If you add that, you basically have a He-Man for all seasons. Oh man, there it is. The voice trying to hate me. Hang on. Let's take a swig. Ah, there we go. Oh my goodness. All right, folks, I feel bad. I do. But I'm going to have to take down the He-Man because this is not benefiting anybody at all right now. All right, come on, go away, TNI. The computer's not old either. That's what throws me off. Oh, good Lord, I just got huge in my head there. That was enormous. It's got its own planetoid. Oh, great, googly moogly. There we go. Maybe license. Mondo 112 Ghostbusters. We talked about him. I'll see if I can find some better picture. Dragon Man does look sick. Let's see. It's Hasbro doing an Ultimo. Right. The Super Adaptoid, I think. I don't know. Now I'm all over the place. Let's see. Hasbro's doing big figures like Dragon Man, so they do a Surtur. Well, they did Surtur, but he was more movie style. Let's see, 12 inches. All right, cool. We need a Colossus Juggernaut. Oh, that would be fun. And an updated Abomination for sure, Jose. I totally agree. We need Insomniac Venom. Let's see, what scale is this? If you're talking about the He-Man, yep, and you are, the He-Man is 1/12. That's what I was saying. Let's see, I will get this. If they can do this with Marvel Legends, computer crashing. Yeah, computer was having a hard time. Again, TNI really slows down the works. So I'm going to go see now if I can find a decent picture of the real Ghostbusters before we end up shutting down. I couldn't find anything about that on ToyArk, but there were so many lines of text, maybe I just missed it. So let me give this a shot. SDCC 2024 Mondo Real Ghostbusters. All right. Let's try and find just images here. Everything I see shows like YouTube. Hang on. Oh no, and then the images I'm finding are also TNI. What's this one? TNI. All right, here we go. Here's an image of the whole thing. It's on X. And it's thinking. And once I've got this, oh shoot, it was a movie. Oh. Hang on, I'll hit this and I'll pause it and then I'll come back and share the screen with you. In theory, if I can. Guys, why is it so hard to find real Ghostbusters images? They're all over videos. Here we go. Never mind. Never mind. I got you. I got you. But it's on the Whoosh, which is also kind of slow still. Oh, there are several images on Whoosh. All right, cool beans. I will share this screen with you. If it lets me. Pushing the button, sharing the screen. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we've got here is the Boogeyman and Egon are $202. Pete Venkman and Sam Hain are $202, meaning for Winston and Ray, which they have said they're doing, plus whatever ghost they come with, you're looking at $808 plus tax and shipping for the real Ghostbusters. Now, if you've been waiting a long time for these, I'm going to just straight up say they're probably worth it because it's likely you'll never get anything better. But if you haven't been and you're kind of on the fence and you're not a big time real Ghostbusters fan, I don't know. I don't know if you go for them or not. I mean, I think they look incredible. I will not take that from Mondo or anything. I think they look great. Wow, look at that. It's taking a little bit again. Oh, great, googly moogly. All right, here we go. Dang. I like the Mafex RoboCop. Yeah, it looks good. Mafex Kane from RoboCop 2. Let's see. What got you into collecting? Jose, I don't know. I've tried to analyze that, honestly. I've just always enjoyed this stuff. Like, even when I tried, I mean, everybody talks about when they got into high school and girls and all that stuff. And yeah, but also, we all come back to it for whatever reason. And I couldn't tell you what my reason is. So I tried to dissect it. I tried to figure it out. They've just always, maybe it's this. Maybe they've just always been around when I've needed to have something around. Like I watched If the other day, the Imaginary Friends movie. Not one I recommend necessarily. The marketing totally kind of hoodwinked you a little bit. But I don't know. I wondered if maybe my imaginary friends were my figures. I'm not sure. And I really haven't analyzed it that much. How about you? What got you into collecting? Egad. Open, open. It was almost open. I'm telling you, Whoosh and TNI crashed this stuff. So I might need to shut this down too. All right, I'm waiting. Let's see. Here it is. That's way too expensive. I don't want to support pricing like that. And I totally understand. We were talking earlier about that, how maybe what the research shows is these aren't going to sell that well. So for them to make enough to make it worth their while on the production side, they had to charge quite a bit to sell them. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. And I agree that that's an awful lot for two 112 scale figures because, like we've talked about Mayfex, how yes, in the US we have to pay quite a bit, but a lot of that is because of shipping. In Japan, you'll get a Mayfex figure for 50 to 60 bucks. So then I'm like, wait, so this is 3 or 4 Mayfex figures for one Pete and a Sam Hain, and I think Slimer. Slimer might come with Pete. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's just, I think honestly, if you are like a die-hard real Ghostbusters fan, you go in on this. But if you're not just absolutely die-hard, I think there's just no. I'm with you, John. I'd just be like, you know what? No, I love them. They look amazing. But All right, I'm going to get out of Whoosh now, too. So it'll just be me, egad. If it ever closes. There we go. And now it really is just me. Oh, dear. Jose, same here. I came back later in my 30s. Yep. It's just whatever it is that these things have a hold on us with, we just keep coming back. And it finally gets to a point where you're like, you know what? I keep coming back to them. Why would I ever stop at this point? Especially now that the action figure got better. Yeah, man, that's if I'd had these things as a kid, I wouldn't even have considered letting them go when I was in high school. Be like, no, 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 they're all mine, all of them. Adult collecting, lots of cool images on Twitter, and the 2020 Transformers Jetfire Skyfire pulled me back in. Oh man, that is a nice figure. That is nice. Like I know I don't get Transformers, but that thing, when I saw that, that was gorgeous. Nostalgia with characters like RoboCop, Spawn, Marvel Legends, X-Men, Hulk, TV shows, and Power Rangers, Megazords. Yeah, I wonder if, like for me, I don't know that nostalgia is that big a pull. I mean, I know that it is some pull because obviously the reason that I get Mayfex figures is because I know the characters, and the reason I haven't loaded up on some other lines that I know are ridiculously cool just because I've heard from so many people that they really are is because I don't know those characters, so there's no nostalgic pull. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of the same stuff all the time, I think. And I'm kind of getting towards that point of I want to collect the stuff that's just straight up cool, whether it's nostalgic or not. But I don't know. I don't know how far that goes. It might just be something where I think I want to do it, but then something that is nostalgia comes up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this over this because I remember the character. But I like to think it's not all nostalgia for me, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, folks, with all that said, I think it's time to stop this stream, but I appreciate everybody stopping by. It's always massively appreciated. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. I'm going to wave. It's going to be weird.